Do you know that if a fire breaks out and you carry a random fire extinguisher to use on a fire, it may not quench it? Each fire extinguisher has the specific type of fire it can quench. For example, now, as you can see here, what is happening here is an electrical fire. Fire involving transformers, sockets, and electrical apparatus. If the extinguisher you have carried to quench this type of fire is not designated for electrical fire, it will not quench it. What comes to mind when you see an extinguisher? When you see an extinguisher on the wall or somewhere, what comes to your mind? When you see an extinguisher, you also know that this extinguisher is for this type and this type and this type class of fire. So we have various classification standards. That is how various countries or continents classify fire. In the last video, we examined 3 standard ways. We examined the American, the European, and the Chinese standard of classification. In fact, the Chinese and the European standard of classification, they are almost the same, all true, except for just one place, how they classify their electrical fire. Chinese use symbol E, alphabet. They use the symbol and they will put alphabet E. European will not put any alphabet, they only put the symbol. The American too has little difference in how it classified this electrical fire and its kitchen oil fire. That was what we examined in the last lesson. In American classification, A stands for fire involving kitchen oil and fat. We just call it, you can say, kitchen fires. While European, they use F for kitchen fires. So K on an extinguisher made in America is equals to F on an extinguisher made in an European country, say like Spain, France, Germany, and the rest. Pause and read this. Here we have the Chinese classification. As you can see, electrical fire, they use the symbol class E. We have, this is the Chinese standard. We have class D. We have flammable metals, class F, cooking oil and fats. This is Chinese standard. The UK, European and Australian standard. Here we have the UK, European and Australian standard. Here we use symbols for the, just symbol for the electrical fire, no letter. As you can see here, just symbol, no letter. Up next is the Canadian and American standard. So the black ink is where there are differences. Like in American, they are class C. Their class C is electrical fire. So here is an example. This extinguisher was made in Italy. Italy is an European country. So the classification here, ABC, will follow that of the Italian classification. In Italian classification, A is for organic combustibles, B is for flammable liquid, and C is for flammable gases. So if I carry this extinguisher now to try and quench electrical fire, it will not work because it is not meant for electrical fire. If it will be for electrical fire, European, they will put something like an electrical symbol here, that is to indicate that it is also for electrical fire. So here is another fire extinguisher. This one is made in China. So we have the types of fire it can quench. We have B, we have C and E. You get, based on the classification we have done. So in China, we use E, we write E to represent the electrical fire. If this was the type of extinguisher I showed before that was made in Italy, an European country, Italy will not write E, they will only put this sign. They only put this sign for you. That is, it can also quench electrical fires. But China will put this sign and they will write E. Thanks very much for staying and following to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comments. See you again next time. One love.